Hey fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me in this tarot reading. This is going to be for all signs, no worries. I am a Virgo, but I also have a lot of Libra in my chart, including my ascendant and my Venus, amongst others. I just want to chill. I like to share positive vibes and encouraging messages. At least that's how I interpret these. Sometimes, a little, particular may come through, but either way, we've been receiving such encouragement at this point in our journey recently, and I am here for it. I love sharing them. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company. Let's see what we can get into this round. Okie dokie, as per usual, I have already pre-shuffled. Let's cut the decks together, beginning with the archetypes. The Mirror. Interesting. Sometimes no, I want to do another one. Sometimes mirrors reflect that which we do not want to see, just came to mind. But I kind of have issue with that because I don't think any of us was born being uncomfortable in our flesh. There's always exceptions. I don't mean to, talk to you like you're not allowed to be exceptional, because you really are. We all are, ultimately. But in our society, at least here in America, and I know we're not the only ones, it's like we're not allowed to be human. And that is what I have issue with. But a lot of people, too many people, are uncomfortable with looking at themselves in the mirror, with looking into their own eyes. Some of us need to do that right about now. You need to look yourself in the eye and tell yourself, I love you. Because that's where love begins, is within ourselves. And that can sound hokey, that can sound cheesy. I'm not really worried about that. You know what I mean? Like, all too often we're taught this misaligned version of love. Love is unconditional. That's real love. And it really is true that, let me rephrase. I don't think it's true that we have to love ourselves in order to love others. But because I do feel that real love, true love, the only real love, is unconditional. It's just different. It's greater. It's better. It's more beautiful. It's all of the things that when we want to be loved, when we want to feel love, that's the love we're longing for, right? It's meant to be a part of our lives and a part of ourselves. So it's just different when it begins with us. And I do believe that it's meant to begin with us. But, at the same time, like, if our parents our guardians, when we're wee babes, aren't teaching us love, respect, and all of those goods, then how are we supposed to know it so that we can show it and share it, right? Mirrors are also used at times by some as portals, right? I feel like you were being it even has the moon, fam. I feel like you're being beckoned to get comfortable with the mirror. Or someone's being asked to close that dang portal because weird shit's going on. Okay? Be careful. Respect and honor and love will lead you the right way. Someone here, I saw a video with someone on YouTube saying, we're not supposed to love like that. We're not supposed to just be led by love. And respectfully, I disagree. What's the other card that wanted to come out? The healer. That's what I'm talking about, fam. Oh, see, it's like I keep bringing this up because it's one of the best analogies in our time, right? Going into 2025 at the time of reading this, doing this, it's almost Christmas here in America, right? And you know, a lot of things have been being celebrated. Certainly not just Christmas. I'm not much of a stereotypical Christmas person myself, but everybody knows what time of year this is, right? Okay, that's all. That's all. No pressure. And it's really difficult for so many to experience this time of year because of their upbringing, because of like, I distinctly remember that time when a shift occurred and Christmas for a long time was straight up ruined for me because of the greediness and the materialism that I witnessed my own cousins exhibiting. It was at a time when I didn't have money. And my parents, so much of my family was really tight on resources. And then here are these cousins just, this was back when Furbies were first popular, getting the Furbies, getting the Adidas, getting all these name brands and things. And it was a turning point. And maybe you can relate to that, right? A lot of people are extremely lonely this time of year. Oop. Sounds doing sound things. This is a wonderful time, a wonderful chance to heal, to work on that which has been holding you back. We are the only ones who can hold ourselves back. No one else should be having that kind of power over us, fam, right? And our ability to work through those things and to love and to be grounded and secure, whatever that means for you, provides an example for others. You have no idea how much you inspire others. And it's okay. It's not like you necessarily need to, but you do deserve to hear that. And there was a loud vehicle going by, so I'm taking that as confirmation, because that's how we do when we're doing these readings, right? What about the oracle cards? This is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, it's the 13th card. Hey-oh. What's on the bottom? Suddenly I want to look. What did I say? It's a time for healing, not war. Most often, whoa, I just had this flash of light or whatever the heck, like right, whoa, that was wild. That was interesting. I don't know if you could see anything like that happening, but I did. Interesting. Curiouser. It's a time to heal. It's not a time for war. It's not a time for sitting at a table and arguing with your family or in a living room or around a tree. Please don't argue around trees. They're trying to help. They are trying to help. But most of all, let's get back to this card. You've been through so much. Lioness, lion, whichever applies, whichever you feel. You've earned all your stripes. You have been through so much. You've gained so much wisdom. You've come out the other side. Look at this beautiful sky. Is that a sunrise or a beautiful dawn? I don't know, but this person looks pretty darn cozy, right? You deserve, because you exist, okay, to be comfortable in your own flesh, in your own life, and within yourself. You deserve to love and accept yourself. And this has been such an incredible time. It's been such an incredible portion of the journey of life that we've been on recently, hasn't it, fam? Because a lot of us have been going through transformation and healing. And it does look different for all of us. It's supposed to. We're all super duper connected, but we're also living these individual lives here on earth together. I know, like, I keep feeling like somebody's over there like, ugh. Like, maybe that's what you need to be working on. Anything that makes you go, ugh, look at it. Ask yourself why. Why do you have the reaction that you do, whatever reaction it may be, period? Why? And why have you been holding on to it? Right? What time is it? It's clarification time. There have been a few times that I forgot to do that. I was so into what was going on that I completely spaced out that this is my channel. And I'm a very silly person. I got a ducky. And a frog. So with the tarot, I like to consider it like its own story. And each can be its own little chapter that we go over, right? They all play their part just like us in our lives, right? On this earth. What's chapter 1? Goodness gracious. Fam. Are you kidding me? Right from the get-go? The 9 of Cups. This is wishes granted. Manifestations, hopes and dreams, all that good. Look at this person. It's like they're so dang satisfied with themselves. Ever since hearing that they look like John Travolta, I can't unsee it. There's a meme, I can't unsee it. I shared it once upon a time. It's really easy to find. Just Google it, I swear. If you can use YouTube, you can use Google. Hey-oh. They look so satisfied, don't they? Now, my only qualms with this cheap version of this Rider's Waite Smith deck that I got off of the good old capital A, less than $10, but it's foiled. It's like magic cards and foiled, and it's I don't. Anyway, moving on. That's me. Moving on. Is cards like this, the color of the tablecloth and the hat have been reversed. Blue often tends to connect, or it represents, it can, the intuition, right? The mental, you know? Why am I struggling with these words all of a sudden? Maybe for me and my deck, it's exactly how it should be, because red represents not only passion, but it also represents the heart and blood, love, which can also be passion, right? And look at all those beautiful golden cups. Whereas with the 8 of Cups, which comes before this, I always notice, I can't help it, that those cups look empty and hollow AF. But for some reason, especially right now in this moment, it's like, what are we going to put into them? Now that we have these beautiful cups and we've received our hopes and dreams and our manifestations, what are we going to do with it, fam? The sky is the limit, because, no, it's not. Actually, sorry. The sky is not the limit, is what I meant to say. Because what's beyond the sky? What's a part of our sky? The universe. Hey. There are no limits. Dream bigger. Now that we've received these gifts, now it's time to open up to the idea of what are we going to do next, right? For so many of us dealing with the law of assumption and manifestations in our minds, our thoughts, creating our realities, and honoring that, honoring ourselves and how far we have come right? Having everything you want. Well, you know what? There are people out there who don't. How can we help? Because believe it or not, every single person has the power to help. Big, small, it all works in concert together, right? Chapter 2. Boosh! Okay, to me, I feel like this card tends to get a bad rep, right? A lot of people tend to refer to it as the thief of the tarot. What the heck is this? What are they taking off with? But the thing that often gets me is this is in broad daylight. Broad daylight. Everyone can see them. I mean, you don't... Is there anyone else around? No. But if there were, they would be able to see them. They would be able to give descriptions. You know what I mean? This person, to me, is making off like a bandit, but in the best of ways. It's collecting what wisdom has been gained, accepting those things that you do love about yourself, that you do, the person you do want to be, the ways that you do want to think, how we retrain our subconscious to speak to us. Because our subconscious has no bias, fam. Our subconscious doesn't have feelings. It's just spitting back out everything that it's been fed. That's where all that negative self-talk comes from. You were taught that and you expanded upon it. You were so very well trained. But this person is like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna, it's like, this is my ashtray and this is my lamp, If you don't know what I was just referring to, if you haven't watched the movie The Jerk, that's totally what I was just referring to. His lamp is mine. It's an ashtray. And they're getting the heck out of Dodge. It's like, you know what? I love you, but I'll leave these here for you to, We can't decide things for other people. Like, even if we're parents and guardians, that's still a very important role, right? Hopefully we're not teaching our kids, we're not doing to our kids what was done to us that we didn't like experiencing when we were the kids, right? But what's something that I'm thinking about with blades, especially thicker, wider blades like these? They can be a bit reflective, can't they, fam? Boy, howdy. This person seems quite content. These two people seem quite content with themselves. Because another perspective, fam, is when we are making off like a bandit and we're so happy because all of our hopes and dreams have come true, there's bound to be people left behind who are a bit annoyed, who may feel abandoned and ditched and left behind. Oh, what, we're not good enough for you now? I mean, you are, but you're kind of a douche, and no one needs a douche, Barb. Go see your doctor, okay? Right? Hmm. 7, 8, 9. The numbers are numbering again. I have dyscalculia, or however it's pronounced, and so all of a sudden these days, I'm just not really minding numbers when I see them on this tabletop easel that I set up. It's like, oh, look at what they're doing. They're doing stuff. What's chapter 3? Boosh. See, there have been experiences that we have gone through that, like, we're healing from. If you need to take a breather, have a moment, even if it's to bask in the glow of how far you've come, like I was saying. All this growth, all of these epiphanies and realizations and confirmations received on the regular, whenever you want them. And it's not just echo chamber bullshit, fam. This person has taken these wands with all these buds on them. New growth. Life. And they're protecting themselves with it. They know better now. They just need to take a moment, catch their breath. They got this bandage going on, which right now is really, I feel like that's just emphasizing what I was saying about the subconscious and our self-talk. If it's not coming from a place of love, it's got to get the heck on out of here. So anytime you have that negative thought, I want you to flip it, alchemize it immediately. Whether you say it out loud or not, flip it. Tell yourself the opposite. If it's, God, I hate being here. I love my life. I love being me. I love how far I've come, how much I've learned, and I honor that this home that I am so very ready to move, and I am so happy to be able to move away from, has been the place where I've learned so much. And I let it go with love. I accept it, and I let it go. Whatever it is. Ugh, this body, why do I got this extra? Because it's keeping me warm, baby. Because I've been able to eat and have wonderful food, or my genetics enable me. Society and fads are really jokes. Sometimes really bad jokes. Instead of, God, I feel like shit. I am so thankful that my body is able to heal so well. I already have the body and face I desire. I love being me. Look yourself in the eye and say, I love you. Insert name here. Why? Because you should. You should love yourself. That's not stereotypical narcissism. It's our right and privilege to be able to be comfortable in our skin. It's ours, right? And we're healing. What's chapter 4? I love this card. I love it all. Okay, let's just agree that I do. At least I do. The deal with kings and queens of the tarot is they've made it through their suit. You know what I mean? They've made it through all of these experiences. She's had her 7 of Swords moment. She's had her 5 of Swords moment. And she's up here on this firm, stable throne. She's got her sword. How many cards in the tarot deck have the sword going straight up, fam? If you're returning, you know exactly. And you probably know exactly either way. The Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and Justice. This person is so secure within themselves. They have such clarity after everything that they have experienced. Funny how she's coming up underneath the Lioness card. She can listen to others. She welcomes the thoughts and opinions of others. She's not so easily swayed. She's able to remain clear and secure. She knows exactly who she is. Look at this white robe that she's wearing. Even her cloak has puffy white clouds. When it comes to tarot and colors, like we were talking about, white has a tendency to resemble purity, innocence. Some of us struggle with this idea of deserving, right? Because too many people in our lives have been cruel to us. And we may have reached a point where we felt that that was what we deserved, and that is what kept coming to us. No more, okay? No more. She knows. All of these people, look at all these people up here. This person may be healing, but they know that they have a right to feel secure and protected and cared for. They know that they have every right to take this moment to heal. They're done fighting. They don't want to fight anymore. The journey is almost done. That chapter, all that crap is behind. The past is the past, and we're going forward with 2020 vision and that hindsight. And understanding that this is a double-edged sword, that there's power in our words. So be sure that you speak from a place of love, understanding, and respect. That you're not providing more pain for others. Everybody's on their own journey, right? And it's like now, when you look at others, you can see how their pain is represented in their behavior. It's so clear now, right? What's going to come up underneath the 9 of Cups, this hopes and wishes fulfilled card? There's that clarity. Oh, fam, you did it. Even the divine universe is like, here you go. Well, now that you've gone through all of that, here's the clarity you've been seeking. This almost like a wreath, kind of like the one that's on the wand of the 6 of Wands. It's like winning, hashtag. Rising above the misconceptions, the like realizing, oh, you know, my parents did what they knew to do, and I don't have to forgive them. I'm kind of on the fence with this whole forgiveness thing, because I feel like there's a difference between accepting what's happened, what's occurred, the past, and forgiving, right? We can accept that it's happened, that was our lives, that these people in our lives are on their own journeys, just like we're on our own journeys, and we can let go with love. I also just finished reading that Spirit Hacking, by Shaman Durek. So he has a whole section about forgiveness, and I'm on the fence and mulling it over and figuring out what that means for me, if I'm perfectly honest, right? There's so much with all those epiphanies, those aforementioned epiphanies and realizations that we're able to have clarity on now. So much has finally been able to make sense. We've been learning and evolving, right? Oh, maybe this is a part of that. Receiving our hopes and dreams, helping us to recognize the root cause of why we wanted certain things to begin with, right? And now they don't matter quite as much. And that's good. We're meant to evolve and grow, right? Hey, maybe that's why there are 2 swords being left behind and we're making off like bandits. What's going to come up underneath that card? Boosh, the Emperor. Handling your business. No longer being controlled by your emotions. It's okay to have them. Honor them. Right? But get down into the nitty-gritty. Get down into the core and heal. Honor your experiences because you've earned this wisdom, right? All this wisdom. Look at how many swords are on the table, right? Easel. Whatever. Right? If I'm not mistaken, Aries is what this card is. And the Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. They're the go-getters. They're the ones, you know. We keep having in the extra notes, the Aries card keeps coming up. Maybe that's what we need to embody. I mean, hello, not fellow Aries. What am I saying? Hello, Aries. How's it going? But maybe that's what we need to embody right now. Maybe that's something we need to remember, to no longer be stuck in the battle, in the war. What do they always say about Aries and their anger? Like it can pop off, but usually, once it's, then it just, and they get right back to, doing stuff. It doesn't cling to them. You know what I mean? They got shit to do. Maybe that's what we need to embody right now, right? Don't just sit on your laurels. Thrive. Handle it. Honor yourself and your kingdom. Right? What's going to come up underneath the 9 of Wands? Woo! Hey! Shoots. That's one thing about not having as many crystals over here as I tend to. Let's find stuff to hide the nitty-gritty from Papa YouTube. How about that? The Lovers doesn't only represent love, because once we heal, once we open up and accept, love is able to reach us. We're able to draw in and magnetize to us love. Love and acceptance. People who are aligned with the things that we want to experience, that we want, the people that we want, we've always longed to be surrounded by. It's also self-love and acknowledging and honoring that we are surrounded by the divine universe, whatever that means for you. We are loved. If you're Christian, then that's the Holy Spirit within you, right? You are so loved. And this healing, this journey that you've been on, can enable that more and more, enable you to feel that. Look at this. It's lining up underneath the 9 of Wands, this respite. How do you pronounce that? Respite? Respite? Whatever. It's one of those words I usually see on a page, but I don't really get to hear. So now I'm just kind of embarrassing myself out in public. Oh no. Right? All of that good. Just like I was talking about earlier, if you're like, poo-poo, that's cheesy, that's hokey. Nah. Why? Why is that your auto response, and who put that there? This has been such an incredible time of healing. And what did I say? I'm here to encourage you. What's going to come up underneath the Queen of Swords? Boosh, the Knight of Swords. Ooh, bringing in that message. But also notice, that's a white horse. I want you to remember that you don't need a savior. You are your savior. How are Christians going to Christian and not even know Jesus, not even feel Jesus, not even allow themselves to emulate Jesus? Why do so many behave as though they're separate from their so-called Messiah? And why would anyone wait for someone else to save them? I mean, like I already said, you're allowed to be exceptional. There are very particular circumstances going on this earth. And there are those who do need someone to help them. But all too often, generally speaking, it's like we're sitting back expecting somebody else to come up and clean our mess for us. Save us. Help us. Do the dirty work. What has this time of transformation and growth been about? if not to clear that out, clean up the cobwebs out of your minds, out of your heart, out of your souls, and save yourself. There's a message that may also be coming in for some. Returning. You sent something out and it's coming back and it is clear. That mental clarity, that mental fortitude. This is the fastest night in the tarot. So this is coming up either today or within the next few days. Something is going to happen that you're just like, oh, huh, no shit. Well, shit. Right on. If you're open to receive. That is the main component. Are you open to receive? What's the point in manifesting if you don't first and foremost allow yourself to believe that you deserve it? What's the epilogue to this story? Oh, and oh. So this can be, look at these cups. There's all kinds of things in those cups, huh? They're full AF. This could be a matter of surrounding yourself. Maybe you're surrounded by children. Maybe you're having children. Maybe your inner child is finally getting the chance to heal. Maybe a part of this is remembering that there's a reason why the Toys R Us song used to do so well and get stuck in our heads, right? Because we don't need to let go of certain aspects of childhood. Maybe you're finally you're allowing yourself to have that childlike wonder with life. Maybe you're able to feel awe again, and realizing how your thoughts do create your reality. So if you just want to vibe out and play video games for a bit, go for it. Just don't lose track of time, right? I have time blindness, so it is really easy for me to lose track of time. I have no concept of it, okay? But when you open up to receive the guidance that you so want, as evidence right here, right in front of all of our faces, it helps. If you want help from the divine, from the universe, again, whatever that means for you, then don't just ask for it. And don't just say out loud, I want these things and I'm manifesting these particulars. Open yourself to receive. Remember that you do deserve to be happy. You do deserve to have the things you want. We're meant to be happy. We're meant to thrive, fam. And have fun. And not worry. You know, one thing about being children, one thing that we hope for children is that they're not worried about bills. They're not worried about any particular schedule or whatever the heck. They're just taking it all in and figuring out what it means for them, right? They're learning. May you never be done learning and growing and evolving, right? A lot of us believe that's the whole point of being here on this earth. This is an incredible time in life. Once any of us allow it, because we are all in this together in our individual things. Yeah. But we're also in this together. What's on the bottom of the tarot deck? Hey, I mentioned it earlier. There's the empty-ass Eight of Cups. See how it looks? Oh, there's the Empress. So you got this, handling business, taking care of whatever the heck. but it's also very nurturing. She's even oftentimes appearing as pregnant. And that doesn't have to be literal pregnancy. It can just mean giving birth to new ideas, giving birth to, enabling oneself, enabling others joy and love. We even got the symbol for Venus there. Lots of red, but also a lot of nature and a golden sky and a crown of stars representing how in tuned with the divine universe and her intuition she is. There's that balance. We've been receiving so many messages. We've seen the Temperance card on this channel a lot recently. But there you go. I tend to consider, like I think I said it earlier, maybe it's the days are just blending. But the bottom of the deck to me tends to, like, if this were a pocket paperback book, right? It would be the blurb on the back, right? And there you go. You've walked away from it, right? You've walked away from a lot of shit that hasn't served, and you've been letting it go and opening yourself at all these new... See, there's that Five of Swords, but we're going to just... It had its time. I like to refer to the Five of Swords, part of my language, as the fuck around and find out card. If they wouldn't fuck around, they wouldn't have found out. But the Seven of Swords is a bit kinder about it, and that's the vibe that we're going with today. So that five... It's so funny that these cards that I mentioned have been showing up in the end. When I was going over this card, I kept thinking of the Empress. Dude, I love tarot. Anyway, moving on. This person is smiling. They're very secure in their decisions. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not doing it in the cover of night. They're not hiding. They have a right to leaving and making off like a bandit. Their wits about them, their wisdom and mental fortitude intact, right? And we're leaving behind the superficial bullshit of the past. And now, once we got rid of the things, it's kind of like when you move and you got to decide, okay, what am I willing to pack and trug along with us? And what shall we just donate or throw away? Because it's extra that just isn't necessary. And it's not my vibe anymore. And that enables new shit to come into our lives, right? And maybe that's the thing that is keeping you, that was past tense, keeping you from being able to receive. Have you been cleaning house? Figurative or literal. What are the extra notes for this reading? I always say, okay, it's going to be shorter this time. We're going to do shorter readings and not making people sit around for 30, 40 minutes. My goodness gracious. I mean, you can speed it up if you want to. Whatever. I can already tell what card is about to be flipped. And I'm just going to put it right here with the Six of Cups. Laugh more. Giggle more. I have a question for you. When was the last time that you laughed so hard you forgot where you were? You just laughed. And why are you so concerned about the way your laugh sounds? Who's concerned about the way their laugh sounds? Your laugh is beautiful. And anyone that doesn't like it can just shush. And they can go bother somebody else, all right? The people who are meant to be in your life, the people who are going to match your vibe are going to love your laugh. As they should. Laugh more, giggle more. The worst is behind you. Right? Oh, get the fuck out. There is someone... Where shall we put this one? I'm going to put it here. There's someone who has been in your face or your home or your life, and they just need to go. A part of this is recognizing that there are people that you've been friends with, there are people that you've been close to that are very toxic, that have been teaching you in your subconscious the wrong things, right? And it's time to let them go with love, right? Don't overanalyze it. You know what to do. And they can say whatever they want to say and accuse you of whatever they want to accuse you of. Abandonment. Like, I'm not meaning like, oh, I'm going to go off to utopia, so I'm abandoning my family. I am not talking about that. This is not that. Because quite frankly, they're on their own path. And if they're not being affected by your growth, if you're not inspiring them, they're on their own journey. And you are on yours. And you have every right to go where you want, where you're led. And why do you keep asking the same question? How many tarot readings have you watched this day, just this one day alone? Why? What are you looking for? It's already within you. It's already there, fam. Right? It's already there. You know. You know. And you've got this. Oh, fam, you've got this. You're good to go. You know, whether you're, having to let go with love or not, or realizing, okay, now that I understand what this relationship is, now that I can see them in their full glory, I know how to handle this accordingly. Whatever it is, whatever it means for you. If you're concerned about abandonment, why? Figure that out. No one else is going to tell it. No one else should be telling you what to do with that. You notice that I'm not getting into too many specifics in my readings. It's because I'm not a dictator. You know how many times I've been told by people that I should be a life coach? I feel like today's tarot readers, at least the ones I follow, I subscribe to on YouTube, I feel like they're life coaches. And they're encouraging you and reminding you that you never needed wings to fly. You've got this. It was within you this whole time. Right? Oh, thanks for joining me in this reading, fam. I really appreciate the company, whether you sped me up or not. And always and beyond forever, remember that I love you.